You talk about getting a chance to be out there with the first team again, what that meant for you, what it felt like out there, and maybe take us through a little bit of just the path you had to take to get here.
It was a long road, I'll tell you that. It was super long. Lots of ups, lots of downs during these 10 months-ish, 300 days-ish. So it's been quite a ride, but physically and mentally I felt really good out there. It was a great feeling to be out with my teammates and to compete. There was some positives to take out of tonight. Obviously, the most important was the 3 points at the end of the day. As you guys mentioned, we have a huge road trip ahead of us, so it was good to get these 3 points. And obviously, we will see what we need to tidy up defensively. And on my end, it was good to feel it again, because there's always an edge onto a game, and you can play as many game as you want. With the second and the first team, there's always a huge gap and a huge difference, So it was good to sense it, and then to build on that will be nice. Yeah.
Hi, Max, right here. Welcome back, first of all. Ryan was just in here talking about how you're one of his favorite teammates that he's ever played with because of how humble you are, your ability to take that recovery step by step, not get ahead of yourself. How do you manage that, not become too eager, thinking it's my time, I got to get in? How do you manage that type of thing?
It's pretty much day to day, week by week, from the surgery, the small wins that you can pile up week by week, and then slowly you start running, and then you start to touch the ball, you put the gloves again, you're with the team. And all this is just physical, but you got to ramp it up as your football needs to catch up as well, because 10 months without playing, it's almost a year. It's huge. And so being with the guys, feeling it on the grass with them was great. It made me happy. It brought me joy to play again. And obviously tonight it was a warm welcome from everyone, which I thank you a lot from that. Straight message to everyone, which thank you for the support in the past months. It's been really touching for me and important, so I appreciate that. And then obviously I'm someone that always looks forward. So what's next? And then for us, what's next is that road trip, and we will have to focus to bring points back. Yes.
Max, to come back for any game would be big this season, but to come back in El Trafico, it seems even bigger.
It's not bad.
Yeah. How did you feel about the heightened sense? I mean, it was already there, but with the Galaxy in front of you, what was your sensation from that?
It felt really good, to be fair. In the moment when I had the news that I was coming back in, we needed to answer because we went to a stretch of games that we didn't pull the results, obviously. So it was important, one, against our rival, but against any team to get that win, especially home tonight. And so really proud of the group, which like I said, we were good in front of the goal tonight. Defensively, quite good. Couple of things to tidy it up, but we will, like I said, work on it and clean that up for the last stretch of the season because it's going to be important.
You've been working on getting yourself prepared to play, obviously a lot of times on the sideline, a lot of time to observe, maybe, to see your teammates. What have you seen from this group? How do you think they're positioned now for this home stretch? And, where do you feel you guys are heading into this final time of the season?
This group is really tight, and we are humble where we know where to work on and off the ball, where we lack some things that can decide games, which is in between the two boxes, really important, but in the boxes where it counts most. But the mentality of coming in every day and to really wanting to improve is going to be really important, and to not let these small details up in the air, really roll up the sleeves and get to work.
Max, can you, over here on the side, hi. First of all, welcome back. It's good to have you back. Can you talk about your relationship with John McCarthy and how things have evolved over the course of this season and obviously since the injury, and now that you're coming back? What do you expect? How do you think it's going to play out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, Johnny and I were so tight. Even since last year, we arrived in preseason together. We had a strong connection as a human being, you know. So this was right off the bat really important because it's my guy, Johnny. If he plays well, I'm happy. If I play well, he's happy, and that's what's the most important thing is that we care for one another. And every day we push ourselves when we come into the facility. We work together, and we are always open to learn more and to correct what we can do better. So it's really important within the squad to have relations like this and push one another.
Max, that first, Galaxy equalizer after you take the lead, how do you make sure that kind of defensive lapse doesn't happen again? Doesn't happen again. Yeah,
that's a question of being on the same page as a team. We were caught in between, and then there was a moment of ball watch where they find their aid in the pocket. That they can happen, but obviously in the emotions right after the goal, it did happen. And then there's a third man run with the layoff of Fagundes, but it's we got caught in between, which can happen. When we are in between, this is where teams can go through us, and when they do, it's always dangerous.
Hey, Max, welcome back. 315 days after that epic night. What were your thoughts when you get the notification, like by the coaching staff, that you were going to be part of the starting 11?
It was. It was quite something. You're happy, excited, nervous as well. Nervous, excitement. I would say that those are the two most strong emotions. And then obviously once you go out there, just happy and you're like just feeling free, feeling like myself on the pitch. But yeah, leading up to the game, it was mostly happy to put my grain of salt to the team in order to perform, really.
And just to be fair with the knee, you just forced him to speak English. I guess we should start to make you speak Spanish too.
Well, there's no Spanish questions, so I'll do it and I'll try to answer then. Me siento muy bien. Un poco de nervioso antes de la partida, pero cuando vas a jugar con mi equipo me siento muy bien y muy feliz. Muy feliz? Yeah? All right, thank you.
Hi, Max. Congratulations on the comeback, congratulations on the win, and congratulations on your Spanish skills. That's great.
I'll still work on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's better than my English, that's for sure. Going back to November, that day that you broke your leg, through this day, how is that journey like mentally? How do you maintain a positive attitude? And like you mentioned earlier, going into so how is that journey like that on a daily basis?
Oh, yeah, it's been quite a ride. Always trying to get the positive out of every day, which for me, my positive was my family, my wife, my kid. She was pregnant at the time too. Now we have two little ones, which is the most important thing. And then on the football side of things, the early days was difficult because of the World Cup, obviously. I was supposed to be in the plane 3 days later. Which hit really hard, but then once you swallow that pill, you can move forward, and moving physically as well. Starting to walk was a big step because obviously a broken leg, it's difficult the first few days when you can't even move, can't even put a glass of water for your daughter. It's something else, So once you get these barriers and start to move more like on a daily basis, it's feeling better. And then there's that next steps where it's about football, which is okay. Let's start running at a certain percentage of your weight. Let's start lifting. Let's get gaining your muscles back, because after 2 weeks, it's like a spaghetti. So all this process took a long way. But yeah, I mean, it's about finding the small victories, and there's things more important than football as well. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome. De nada. There you go.